Energy, the ability to do work, is essential in today's modern society. It powers our transport, provides electricity, extends life expectancy, and aids in our overall quality of life. At present, coal, a non-renewable resource, is the primary resource for electricity generation worldwide, and here in Australia it is responsible for 75% of our electricity needs. However, the milling and combustion of this resource is held accountable for approximately 40% of our greenhouse gas emissions. These greenhouse gases, such as sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide, can have serious health implications for both humans and the environment. With this threat, alternative energies have been given more of a spotlight, one such being is nuclear energy.
Today, nuclear energy provides around 17% of the world's electricity, with 436 operating plants worldwide. Nuclear energy is simply the energy contained in an atom's nucleus. There are two ways in which this energy can be released. Nuclear fission is the splitting of atomic nuclei, and fusion is their combining. Both release immense amounts of energy as their byproducts.
To create energy, nuclear power plants use long vertical tubes containing pellets of uranium. These pellets are bombarded by neutrons which cause the uranium atoms to split. Nuclear fission. This releases heat and more neutrons. Once released, these neutrons hit uranium atoms, releasing more heat and more neutrons. This continues in a chain reaction. The heat created is then used to generate steam, which is used by a turbine to generate electricity.
The most considerable advantage to nuclear energy is its ability to produce energy without emitting carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen oxides into the atmosphere. It is for this reason it has been labelled a clean energy. However, what is sometimes overlooked are the fossil fuel emissions involved in the transport and mining of uranium ore. Maybe nuclear energy is not as clean as it seems.
Like coal, uranium is a non-renewable resource. It cannot be replenished in our human lifescale. However, having said that, the nuclear fission has the potential to produce more energy per kilogram of fuel than any other fuel requiring source.
The greatest environmental impact of the nuclear energy process is at source, the milling and mining of uranium ores. Conventional mining techniques such as open pit and underground mines generate extensive mill tailings. These are radioactive sand-like material left behind once the uranium has been separated.
The cost of nuclear energy entails the overall cost from the extraction of uranium ore to the waste disposal. The cost of building a power plant is estimated at $4 billion and a further $300 million to decommission the plant. Despite the large construction costs involved, the relatively low cost of the fuel is usually enough to compensate. It is for this reason nuclear energy is the lowest cost producer of electricity.
Radioactive waste includes the byproducts of the energy production process, the equipment used, and all the parts of closed-down plants. Uranium-238, which makes up 99.3% of all natural uranium stores, has a half-life of 4.5 billion years, which means this waste will remain radioactive for an extremely long time frame.
In nuclear energy, large amounts of water are used for both cooling and steam production. Removing this water from our lakes and rivers, coupled with the disposition of heavy metals, salts, and warmer water back into our rivers, have an impact on the aquatic wildlife and ecology of our waterways. Not only are our rivers and streams affected, but the uranium enrichment process can contaminate groundwater supplies with heavy metals and radioactive uranium.
Nuclear energy poses a threat to human health and safety. Nuclear disasters such as Chernobyl and Fukushima demonstrate the risks of this energy. Radiation poisoning and increases in cancers and birth defects are only the beginning of the consequences to human life if this energy isn't controlled. The issue of nuclear energy is a controversial topic within Australia. At present, there are no nuclear power generators in Australia. However, we hold 23% of the world's uranium stores. In 1969, there was a proposed nuclear power reactor in Jervis Bay on the south coast of New South Wales. This would have been Australia's first nuclear power plant. However, there was that much public protest against the plan the Australian government was forced to cancel. On the opposite end of the scale, France is the world's leading country in terms of nuclear energy, with 75% of its electricity originating from this source. It has 58 operating nuclear reactors. In 2006, the Nuclear Safety Authority was formed. It became the regulatory authority responsible for nuclear safety and radiological protection.
Since the beginning of my research, I have learnt a great deal about nuclear energy through peer-reviewed journals and reputable websites. Due to the increasing concerns over climate change, due primarily to burning of fossil fuels, I believe Australia and the world should take a step towards alternative energies. Nuclear energy could be this alternative due to its obvious benefits. However, personally, I cannot overlook the concerns over human safety and health. In order for Australia to have a nuclear future, our number one concern should be into research into creating safer ways of creating nuclear energy.